Welcome to the wrap-up show, ladies and gentlemen. It is an early Tuesday morning. Thought I'd have the opportunity to come out to Western Oklahoma State College's athletic department to do the show today. And thank you very much to Athletic Director Matt Cartwright and all the coaches and coaching staff. And we got a lot of things to cover today, and it's all brought to you by 5-Star Nutrition of Lawton, Oklahoma. And let me tell you something about 5-Star Nutrition. They can help you become the best you that you can be. And you need to be the best you that you can be. We only got one life, and they help you live it to its fullest. And when I say they do, that you have the opportunity to take part of some very, very cool things and cool products and cool consultation from the guys over there at 5-Star Nutrition. Make sure you talk to Robbie Evans. He's the owner and he's the manager. He might as well be the owner before it's all said and done. But you can go and get on the body mass index machine, and that is normally a $100 value. I mean, this piece of equipment pretty much takes care of knowing your bone density, your muscle index, fat, everything that you need to know so you can get a meal plan created specifically for your needs. And they will take care of you right there at 1764 Northwest 82nd Street in Lawton, Oklahoma. You can't miss it. It's just a little click north of the Tropical Smoothie Cafe. So, see, there you go. See, you can go get your proteins and get your consultation, your meal plans, and then hop on right down the street and get yourself some good stuff from the Tropical Smoothie place. See? And that's not even endorsed. That's just a free plug for you. So we got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about college football, the Big 12, the AP standings, the professionals. Yeah, we're going to cover it all today. A lot of football has happened thus far. We're approaching week 4 in the NFL, and then we're approaching week 5 in college play. And I've seen some things, I've observed some things, don't like a few things, and let me tell you, it's just been a crazy topsy-turvy type of season thus far. Very, very happy though to see some of those other teams that people pretty much write off year in, year out, competing with these Power 5 teams. But we got that and more coming up right here on the wrap-up show, brought to you by 5-Star Nutrition in Lawton, Oklahoma. And we're also tied to 100.3 and 94.7 The Sports Animal, KJCM. That is all part of the Fox Radio Incorporated family. Chad Fox and the crew, Michael Barnes, Cameron Dole, myself. We like to talk sports and talk music and everything in between. So we got a lot of good stuff coming your way. Stick around. You're listening to the wrap-up show live from Western Oklahoma State College for you this morning. welcome back to the wrap-up show right here, broadcasting live today from Western Oklahoma State College. It's a smart start, and guess what? Here in about a week or so, you have the second 8-week semester going to be kicking off, and why not continue your education or actually just kind of start beginning your education? I did the traditional trajectory back when I was young. I graduated high school, went to college, and I'll admit, hey, I didn't take it too seriously at the time, and, life got in the way. Had to go to work and do all that good stuff, and then I realized, I should further my education, get my education, and Western Oklahoma State College provided that opportunity for me, and let them provide that opportunity for you. Get the second week 8-week program started, which starts on the 11th of October. So visit the campus today at 2801 North Main Street in Altus. Talk to the administration office, financial aid, business office. Even visit the athletic department if you're into the sports. We have a plethora of sport activities right here at Western. We have baseball, softball, basketball, men and women's. And I do believe we've added track, cross country, and we also have the rodeo team. So, ladies and gentlemen, hey, if you're within Southwest Oklahoma, Northern Texas, and we have people from across the world coming to our campus as well. So, if you're wanting to enhance your education, do so by visiting www.osc.edu. See what Western has to offer for you today. And thank you very much, A.D. Cartwright, and all the coaching staff for allowing me to be in the athletic department this morning live for you on a Tuesday. We're talking sports and everything there is. And thank you very much, 5 Star Nutrition of Lawton, Oklahoma, for being the chief sponsor of this program called the Wrap-Up Show Football Edition. And they're located at 1764 Northwest 82nd Street in Lawton, Oklahoma. They have some amazing products to help you be the best you that you can be. And I'm taking full advantage of those opportunities to get back into the things that I need to be getting back into. So I will make sure that I can, live longer, because, that's very, very important these days. Living is a good thing, folks, and sometimes when we're younger, we don't make the right health choices. So if you're young, my recommendation for you is to go to 5 Star Nutrition. Get yourself suited and booted with the things that you need now. So by the time you're my age, in your 40s, you're not trying to backtrack, because it doesn't get easier, folks. I'm not trying to be dismay or pessimistic. I'm just keeping it real. So if you're young and athletic, stay that way. And 5 Star Nutrition can help you do that and more. Also get a body scan index on their body scan index equipment. $99 value for free. Get a free meal plan. They'll get you hooked up. All right, looking at the current top 25 standings for football, let me tell you, it has been an absolute topsy-turvy type of year thus far in football. I cannot stress it enough. So you have Georgia sitting at number 1, but Kent State gave them a run for their money this weekend. So they're sitting at 4-0 overall. They're undefeated. Alabama so far is undefeated. Texas gave them a run for their money. A couple weeks back, that Texas defense was pretty decent then. They had some problems now, but at the time they were pretty decent. The Ohio State 4-0. Michigan is 4-0. Clemson's 4-0. USC is sitting at number 6 is 4-0. And Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, normally a team that is strictly known for basketball, is sitting at number 7 in the national rankings, undefeated. Now that is a surprise for sore eyes. Tennessee sitting at number 4. Oklahoma State has moved up a little bit in the polls. They're number 9. At 3-0, they're undefeated currently. North Carolina State sitting at 4-0 at number 10. Penn State number 4, number 11 sitting at 4-0. The Utes from Utah, number 12, sitting at 3-1. There, now we're going to get into a couple of people that's taking a loss so far. Oregon Ducks are sitting at 3-1 at number 13. Number 14, Ole Miss, still undefeated. And Washington Huskies sitting at 4-0. Baylor Bears, Bear Country, which Oklahoma State Cowboys are traveling to Bear Country this weekend. You can catch all that and more on our sister station of the Sports Animal, 100.3 and 94.7 KJCM, which is 1420 KTJS. Great Plays Country, bringing you all the Oklahoma State Cowboy sports you can handle. And as the Cowboys travel to Baylor this weekend, you definitely want to check out that game. That is going to be the rematch, ladies and gentlemen, for the Big 12 championship. And I feel that this is going to be a clear indicator, and dare I say, this could be the new rivalry. Yeah, you heard me say it first. That's a spoiler. I think that Baylor and OSU could be the new rivalry to replace Bedlam. There, I said it first, and I know some people might think I'm talking out of turn, but I don't think so. It could very well be the next rival. So Baylor's sitting at number 16, and they have taken a loss. They're 1-1, and 3-1 overall. So they're sitting at 16-17. Texas A&M sitting at 3-1. And the Hope University of Oklahoma, that loss they took to Kansas State. I'm telling you, the Wildcats, the last few years, they have given the Sooners a run for their money. And when I say they've given them a run for their money, you bet your bottom dollar they have given them all that they can ask for. And some people say, well, maybe it was the coach. Well, you can't really say that now because, you know, Brent Venables is the new coach. But here's what I got to say about the loss from Saturday night real quick. I believe that you can coach until you're blue in the face. You can do everything textbook to the T, to the letter. But your players got to perform. They've got to execute. So sometimes you could be the best coach on the planet. Look at Bill Belichick. I mean, come on now. I mean, we're talking about the pros, but he's probably one of the best coaches to ever coach the game. And boy, if your people aren't doing it, they're not performing, it's tough. It's tough. And you can't go out there and play the game, coach the game, and make the touchdowns for them. So it was hard to see Brent Venables on the sideline Saturday night, especially for you student faithful. But Brett is not a person that's going to give up. He's going to, practice this week is going to be back to basics. There's going to be a lot of talking, you know what I mean? And they're going to get back in the win column. So Sooner Nation, just hang in there. It was a tough one, but hey, hang in there. You're sitting at number 18. You're still in the top 25. And number 19 is BYU, sitting at 3-1. Arkansas took a hard loss against A&M. They're sitting now at number 20. The Minnesota Gophers, Golden Gophers, I might add, they're sitting undefeated. Can you believe it? In the Big Ten, Minnesota sitting at 4-0. Never thought I'd see that coming. Wake Forest sitting at 3-1. Florida State sitting undefeated. Seminoles, are they on a comeback? We shall see. Pittsburgh sitting at 3-1. And Kansas State sitting at 3-1. They wrap up the 25 AP. Now, going into standings for the Big 12. This is where things are very interesting. You have Kansas, ladies and gentlemen, sitting today at number 1 in the Big 12. Baylor number 2, Kansas State number 3, Texas Tech beating Texas set them at number 4. Then you have OSU sitting at number 5, TCU, which your Sooner Nation, you're going to be traveling to TCU this weekend. Hopefully you get that comeback win, but don't think for half a minute that TCU won't give you all your money it's worth, because I remember a distinct game not too long ago where TCU came to Norman and showed up and showed out. So don't think that they're a pushover. They're a very good football team. And you got Iowa State sitting at number 7, Oklahoma sitting at number 8, Texas at number 9, and then West Virginia at number 10. So that wraps up the Big 12 and the AP 25 standings. So that is your look at your college football. And here in just a moment, I'm going to roll right into the NFL. But before we do that, I'm going to take a quick sponsor announcement. Five Star Nutrition, located at 1764 Northwest 82nd Street, has all that you need to take care of your body's needs for life. Whether it be protein, whether it be meals, by Easy Clean, Clean Eats, they have actual meals now. Pre-made meals, get all, and at a great price, $10.99 for some of them. Some of them are $12.99. The more protein, the better. But they have different tiers of the pre-made meals. They get them in daily, and they're frozen, so they last quite a bit of the time. So check out 5 Star Nutrition in Lawton today and get yourselves hooked up with the good stuff. Speaking of the NFL on Fox, ladies and gentlemen, now we're talking about the NFL football. Now, here's what you need to know about the NFL on Fox. You need to get the NFL on Fox Super 6 app for your opportunity to win Terry Bradshaw's money. You heard me right. It's been going on for about 6-7 years now, but the Fox Super 6 app is your key to getting money from Terry Bradshaw. And right now you have the Sunday Challenge sitting at $1 million. You can play for free right now. And currently there's 214 people that have already kind of got in. So $500 is guaranteed if you do the right percentage and points. All you got to do is answer 6 questions, ladies and gentlemen, for your chance to get into that $1 million Sunday Challenge. Other than that, we're going to be having football across the pond this weekend. Yeah, you heard me right, folks. We're going to be having football early on Sunday. Minnesota Vikings take on the New Orleans Saints in London, ladies and gentlemen. Answer 6 questions for that and win up to $10,000. Or better yet, talking about college football now, you can answer questions about the big game at noon, which would be Michigan taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. That's going to be a very good Big Ten showdown. Answer 6 questions correctly for your chance to win up to $10,000. Or get the college football pick 6 for your chance to win up to $25,000. And they even got the OSU Baylor game, ladies and gentlemen, which will be at 2:30 kickoff time. And that's going to be for your chance to win up to $5,000. So a lot of opportunities for you to win a lot of Terry Bradshaw's money. Even you MLB types, there's a Super 6 challenge as well. So get the Super 6 app today in your app store for your chances to win Terry Bradshaw's money. And speaking of games on Fox this weekend, upcoming, you have the Washington Commanders traveling to the 2-game-in-a-row winning Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is sitting at 2-1 right now. I know it's kind of a shocker because normally they underperform, but Cooper Rush and the defense, they rallied and they made it right. But allegedly Dak could be back for that game. My thing is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But anyway, moving on from that, you have the Tennessee Titans entertaining the Colts off of that rally win against Kansas City. That's also going to be on Fox, 12 noon game. And then you have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Motor City of Detroit. And where Detroit's trying to rally back from that loss, that heartbreaking loss, literally, from Minnesota. And then you got the Bears traveling to the G-Men town, taking on the Giants. And the Giants are also trying to get some redemption back. And then you have, for afternoon action, Cardinals traveling to North Carolina to take on the Panthers. And like I said, early morning, we're talking about 8:30 in the morning, you're going to be seeing the Saints in London taking on the Vikings. And also you have the Bills taking on the Ravens. The Bills need a win. I mean, they had a struggle down there in Miami. But like I said, get the Super 6 Sports app from Fox today in your app store. Win Terry Bradshaw's money. And now we're going to go to the NFL standings currently. And we're going to break down piece by piece each division. So in the AFC East, believe it or not, hold on to your chairs, people. The Miami Dolphins are sitting undefeated. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen that in a couple of decades. Well, there you go. Miami Dolphins sitting on top of the pile of the AFC East. Right below them, fighting and battling, is the Buffalo Bills. The Jets are even playing great football. And the New England Patriots, I never thought in a million years I'd see them the bottom of the AFC East, but there you have it. Kansas City Chiefs are still hanging on with a 2-1 win so far percentage, but they're on a current losing streak. And then right behind them is In Russ We Trust, with the Broncos sitting at number 2. Chargers sitting at number 3. They're 1-2, but I expect them to bounce back here pretty quick. But the Raiders are on a 3-game losing streak. That's got to change. I would say, because the way coaching and firing and hirings are happening these days, I mean, I know they may be under contract or whatever, but Josh McDaniels got to get that figured out in a hurry. I mean, you picked up Adams, and Adams, let me tell you, is like a huge pickup, and you're not doing nothing with it. That's kind of shocking to see the Raiders on the bottom of the pile there. Now going over to the AFC North, Cleveland, ladies and gentlemen, is sitting number 1. The Ravens is number 2. Pittsburgh number 3. And the runner-up for the Super Bowl, the Bengals, are sitting last in the AFC North. Very interesting to see that. AFC South, the Jaguars, folks, are sitting number 1 in AFC South. Colts, followed by the Titans and the Texans. Texans got to figure that out. Lovie Smith has got to figure that out quick, fast, in a hurry, because his job could be in jeopardy. Now, sitting at the NFC East, the Eagles are reigning supreme, undefeated. Dallas is right behind them, 2-1. Giants sitting at 2-1, and the Commanders are 1-2. Now, a lot of that's going to flip-flop and change coming this next week, because Dallas plays again, and Giants, and all of them play. So that should be a little moving and shaking right there in the NFC East. Always a good time in the NFC East because it's very unpredictable. But it's been predictable in some instances. Now, the NFC West, on the other hand, the Rams, championship Super Bowl champions, they're still sitting pretty, 2-1. San Francisco, 1-2. The Cardinals, 1-2. And the Seahawks, 1-2. I mean, I never thought a losing streak record would, kind of be put in a perspective, but the Rams, they're playing pretty good football. 49ers need some work. Sorry about the Trey Lance injury, man. That was pretty huge and a very significant loss, I might add, for San Fran. They needed that win really bad, and they needed that quarterback. But Jimmy Garoppolo's there. He was the insurance policy. So hopefully they can get things turned around. They have so many weapons. I mean, you would think that things would kind of be in sync. But Kyler Murray, I swear, I mean, forgive me for saying this. He looks like a Tecmo Bowl character 90% of the times, because those folks are chasing him down. And he needs an O-line. Come on, Cardinals. Give that man what he needs. He needs an O-line, ladies and gentlemen, to help him not get sacked or be running all the time for his life. I know he's a little guy, but come on now. The NFC North, now, I've said it again. I'll say it once. I'll say it again. I believe that the Trojan horse team of the NFC North is the Detroit Lions, and I'll tell you why. This loss that they took Sunday, I think, will do them some good, because they'll make them regroup, and it'll make Dan Campbell get in there and re-strategize some things. The defense they have is solid. Malcolm Rodriguez and Hutchinson, man, they're wrecking havoc on folks. The secondary needs some work. I think they need one more piece. If they could get one good dynamite safety, probably at the trade deadline, that would make them a little bit more cohesive. Jared Goff, he's playing better football. He just needs to get back to the caliber of talent and ability and confidence that he was when he was with the Rams on that Super Bowl run that he had. He's got weapons. He's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I want to call him St. James, but it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got DJ Clark. He's got DeAndre Swift. He's got Torkelson. I mean, come on. He's got weapons. Use them. Build your confidence, Jared. You are a good quarterback. And you know, get over the fact that you're playing for the Lions, okay? You got traded. Get over that. That bridge is crossed. Cry a river. Get over it. Let's play some football. You can do this, man. So that's my pet talk for the Detroit Lions today. So, but sitting pretty is the Vikings at 2-1. They're on top of the heap in the NFC North, then followed by Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. We'll talk. Now, look, let me tell you something about Sunday's game from that perspective. Aaron Rodgers rolled up in there in that first quarter, actually that first half, thinking that he had that thing locked down. And I'm so glad Tampa's defense stepped up and rose up to the occasion and shut him down that second half. And I don't care what people say, there was no referee helping Tom Brady at all, okay? And I'll talk about the Bucs here momentarily. But from a perspective of the Packers thought that they had that thing locked down and over with, sold. Don't ever count out a home field advantage in a team that is known to be a second half team. Never do that. Just FYI. The Bears sitting at number 3 in the NFC North, sitting at 2-1, and we talked about the Lions. They're 1-2, but I expect, like I said, I think the Lions are going to be the Trojan horse for the NFC North. Now, moving on to the NFC South, my Buccaneers. Hey, I said it. I am a Buccaneer fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan. Been for years. I've been a fan of Tom Brady ever since he wore the number 10 for Michigan back in the late 90s. There, you heard me say it first. So the Buccaneers are sitting on top of the NFC South, which is outstanding. They're sitting at 2-1. Panthers are 1-2. Saints are 1-2, and the Falcons are 1-2. Now we'll shake and bake with the Panthers, kind of trying to make a run for it to try to knock the Bucs off the throne. I don't think so. I just think with Baker Mayfield, that loss to his former team got to him a little bit. I believe it. He talked a big game for that game, and it didn't happen for him. You know, that could take some confidence from somebody, you know, but Baker needs to just get in there, regroup, relax those laces, and just get after it and be a good football player. He's capable of doing so. He has weapons. It's not as immaculate of weapons he had when he was with Cleveland, but he still has weapons to deal with. The Saints now, they have an opportunity, you know, with, you know, the NFC North Vikings, you know, for that London game. It's a terribly early game. They have a chance of some redemption, but the Falcons, I don't know. I don't see it happening for them this year, personally. So that's a look at your current standings. And now we're going to take a quick look at what's going to happen this week in games. All right, so we're looking at Thursday Night Football, brought to you by Amazon Prime. It's a new era. And football on Thursday nights. Al Michaels, Curb Herbstreit. Let me tell you, those boys are getting after it. The product, I think, is going to be long-standing. I mean, the contract is super long-standing. I think it's going to be a good deal, and it's good to see Tony Gonzalez on there and Fitzpatrick, and then what was the other guy? Sherman on there. That's good to see those guys. So they're going to be doing Thursday Night Football. It's going to be the Dolphins and the Bengals. So it's going to be the Fins and the Kitties, ladies and gentlemen. 7:15 kickoff. Boy, it's going to be a heck of a game. I think that because, you know, the Dolphins are riding so high and the Bengals are having issues, you know, I would like to see Joe Burrow get some protection. Can we do that, folks? Cincinnati, can we get that worked out? We don't want Joe Burrow to be broken down before he's 30 years old. The boy can play. Come on. The boy can play. Give him some protection. Give him what he needs to do what he needs to do to play good football. He has weapons. He has everything he needs, but if he's running for his life and getting sacked, the boy's been sacked more times in the last few games than any quarterback I've ever seen get sacked throughout their career. So that's got to change. Now, Tyreek Hill and Tua, they look like they're becoming a dynamic duo. So work that out. But home field advantage is very, very important. So we shall see on Thursday Night Football, brought to you by Amazon Prime. And this is the wrap-up show brought to you by 5 Star Nutrition out of Lawton, Oklahoma, where you can be the best you that you can be. Get the supplements that you need, get the advice and consultation that you need to live a happier, more healthier life. So we talked about all the games that are going to be happening on Fox. Let's talk about the games that are going to be happening on the other games. I think Sunday Night Football will be the Chiefs and the Bucks. Now, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, this will be like the 5th time that they've met. It's always going to be a good time. It's going to be a matter of, it's going to be a defensive game, I do believe, because the Chiefs, they got beat a lot about that Colt defense. Tampa's got a solid defense. Let's see if Tom Brady can get at least one of his weapons back. Now, he's had a hard time making things happen, but, he's been known to make stars out of anybody. Scotty Miller's doing good. Perryman, yeah, he kind of messed us up a little bit, dropping, some passes. But I think that, a lot of it's going to get reiterated how important teamwork is. Brake's doing pretty good these days. So we're going to see who can tough it out. I think it's going to be some haymakers laid. There's going to be some deep balls made. Scotty Miller can get into the breadbasket better than anybody that I've ever seen. And then on Monday Night Football, there's going to be the Rams and the 49ers. So it's going to be the California showdown. Going to be good stuff there. Also, the Patriots take on the Packers at 3:25 on Sunday. Broncos take on the Raiders. So the Broncos should win that game because right now the Raiders are on their heels. They're on an 0-3 losing streak. Now, I'm not saying that the Raiders can't bounce back, but they need to either bounce back or the Broncos are going to run them over. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the wrap-up show that's been brought to you by 5 Star Nutrition. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much, Western Oklahoma State College. Y'all have a good day.